Frustration is, why is there two different systems? That's the frustration. Why do we have to go and think about, oh, let's use a civil remedy and bend ourselves all out of shape for something that's fair in the Constitution, basic, you're a victim of a crime, this is how it should be handled, it's on video, this is how it should be handled. Why do we have to do all of those things? I think is the frustration at this moment, and why we're saying we're pushing to still go to Washington, and we want all of you to join us there, because it really is bigger than Shanquella, and it's very close to my heart, obviously, because these are my clients, and you know, I got to learn and know Shanquella after her passing, but it should be, this should be a packed room. This is a national issue. Anyone could go on vacation. Anyone could go on vacation with a group of people with malintent and be hurt, and then the people can come back and say, we're on base, we're okay, FBI isn't going to get us, we're fine. That should not be the case.
Can you be more specific about when you're saying that you're going to go to Washington, like what your next steps are?
Oh, sure. On May 19th, we're going to go to Washington, and we're going to march to the Department of State. Yes.
I just wanted to clarify. So you said that the FBI told you that they had conducted interviews with people who were on the trip with Shanquella?
Right.
Did they say how many people?
How many people that, no.
They interviewed? Just
no.
With people.
Right. They said that they interviewed people that were the travel mates, and that they interviewed people who were in the house, and that they were in communication with Mexican authorities. Which is why I say, well, if you're in communication with them and there's an error in the process, like they're having a problem, like they say, okay, well, we can't bring an investigation because XYZ, right? Whatever they put into their inputs can't give the output that we're requesting, then they should be able to have that conversation.
And were there any other pieces of the investigation beyond the autopsy and the interviews with people who were, I guess, on the trip that the FBI disclosed to you?
Not that we were advised of.
So the investigation kind of comprised of those two pieces.
Yeah, it comprised of them doing the autopsy after the body had already been embalmed, and they advised that they spoke to witnesses. So that's all we got. Yes.
As a blogger, I'm one of the bloggers that's covering the case.
Oh, okay.
What can we do to help with this case?
Yeah, I think being present is the most important thing. I think this case came from social media and from people saying this is not enough. I think most importantly is, if you are going to share information on the case, please make sure it's factual information, because that actually hurts the family. And it hurts the case.
Absolutely.
Because then U.S. authorities are allowed to say, well, we heard this, or we heard that, or this is this, or this is that, or it's not a real case, it's an internet hoax, or whatever the case may be, which can set the case back. So if sharing information on the case, keeping Shanquella's name in the media is super important, but it's super important to attach it to actual factual information.
There you go.
So that we're not hurting the family and we're not hurting the case.
My question is for Shanquella's mom and dad and family. I'm sure this has been really hard for them since this happened last year. With the news today, emotionally, how are they? Are they having a hard time? Just worried about their emotional state and everything they've had to go through after grieving for their daughter and now pushing for justice, actually.
Sure, and I opened with it, which is they're extremely disappointed, as anyone would be in that situation, but they're not being deterred by it, because they understand that they've had to carve their own path from the beginning. And so they're disappointed in this moment, but understand that more work has to be done.
So just briefly going back to my question about the march on May 19th.
Mhm.
So once you reach your destination, I think you said head of state, is that correct? So what comes after, once you complete the march, you get to where you're going, what's, the overall goal?
Well, the issue is we won't be there on May 19th if we can get a high level of diplomatic intervention before then. If the communication or the alleged missing piece can be completed before then we won't be there. But if not, we will be there and we'll be demanding it, because it cannot be that someone can go overseas and commit a crime against a U.S. citizen and come back and not be affected in any way. There isn't any reason. It doesn't make sense. We all saw it on video.
With the
Department of Justice say they're not gonna prosecute, do you think that, like, the, White House officials are gonna be open to meeting with you guys? Do you feel like, do you think that's gonna be able to happen?
I think that they should be because of what I've been saying and what the family is saying, which is Shanquella's case is unique, but it's not without precedent and protocol. And it makes it more apparent all of the hoops and the things that they've had to go through, that there's two systems happening. Because why, right? It doesn't make sense. And so I think they should be open to it. I think all US citizens should be open to us having that meeting and having that discussion and figuring out how we get to the bottom of something like this. Okay. All done. Thanks, everybody. Thank you, Mariana. Thank you, Pastor.